G'day fellas and welcome to some more casted games. Spawning in over on the west side of the map, we've got Matt here, who is playing as the Deli. Does a beautiful little TC bop right there. Classic Don Artie move right there. Oh, got to be careful with that scout though. Looks like he wants to block. Going to be going down with a Mosque nice and early, and he is playing the Deli Sultanate. Yes, that is correct. We are on the ladder right now. We are spectating the pros as they enter, as they look to play Golden League this weekend and next weekend and the weekend after and the weekend after and the weekend and the weekend after. And it just keeps going like that for a few more weekends. It's going to be a long time. Golden League is coming at you guys. You're going to hear me bumping and pumping all that good Golden League action. And already, you guys see that? That's some herbal medicine right there. Mattis means business. That's when you know that business is happening. That's when it's business time, when herbal medicine is researched. But over on the other side of the map, playing as the Mongols, we have got Lucifron 7. I don't know why there's a 7, but I feel like we should probably just say the 7 anyways, because it is in his name, and you know it's polite. It could maybe he's like a family with 7 children, and they're all named Lucifron, and he is the baby, like he's the 7th one, and so that's why he's Lucifron 7. That could be it. Probably not it, but there you go. He's going to be playing the Mongols for us though, so. We've really got a battle of the best, the two civilizations at the top of the table right here, and you can see that we are on Arabia, so very open maps here. Relatively decent spawn as well with regard to the sacred sites. Nothing looking too crazy there. 2 sacred sites up towards the north here, a little bit closer together. But I'm curious whether we're going to see any early boar shenanigans today. Obviously, the Deli probably not, but for Lucifron, we may potentially see some boars. But look how close this boar is to the town center of the Deli player. This is ludicrous. You could pull this boar like to here, drop an outpost. It's basically a hunt. That is really close. Compare that over to this boar, and this boar's just out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, the reason we're talking about the boars is because obviously the boar, it has been the theme of the week. At least it seems to be that way. We've seen more and more boars coming out in action, more boars coming out for action, more... Oh, geez. That wasn't pretty. That was too much Red Bull. All right, we're good. I did a little burp and I'm like, oh, nope, that ain't good. That ain't good. So yeah, we've been seeing a lot more pro play with boars. We've been seeing plenty of them coming out across the map, and you would see players moving out with, 4 or 5 villagers looking to secure up the boar nice and early. Lucifron might be thinking about doing something similar, but at the same time, I mean, he's got his Uvu very close to his town center. It wouldn't make much sense. He's going to have his pastures nice and close. It just incentivizes that sort of play from him. But now we see an outpost going to be coming down. Scout going to be here for Matiz. He knows exactly what is up. He's got the Dome of the Faith coming down on the back line as well. So he is going to be 100% safe from any potential outpost threat. But now you can see that the scout just looking to apply pressure towards that villager. Once again, going to be falling back towards the town center now. And I suspect this outpost probably going to be coming up without too much of a hassle. Villagers going to get harassed. Spearmen just standing by idly, just minding or biding their time rather. And... a really decent position here with regard to this outpost. Now, when it comes to his secondary source of berries, it's going to be quite a while away. You can see it's down here towards the south. The third patch is up towards the north here. So it means that in this situation, this outpost is going to be able to deny technically like 2 patches of berries here. So a very nice, very strong outpost here. But now moving around to the second side, the bottom side, looking to try and defend against this position. But Matt is going to be long distance chopping a fair few of these trees. You can see he's actually on multiple trees here. So not opting for the stragglers in this position. And now outpost going to be able to fire down. Ooh, so close to firing down on these villagers here. And you can see he is very intent. He's probably going to be getting up an archery range. But now a second outpost going to be coming up for Lucifron. And behind this, we'll take a look and see exactly what he's got. As he drops down the Gur on his gold vein. First pasture is in. You can see it rallying to the other side of the town center. If we take a look at how many units he's got, you can see he's got 2 and 5 at the moment. But Mattis has reached the feudal age, and archery range goes down immediately. 4 villagers beginning work on that. Lucifron tapping away at the outpost. So I suspect we're probably going to see the scholar beginning to come out and look to buff up the archery range, or maybe he just rallies the scholar directly into the archery range. But now going to have to fall back from that wood line. You can see he's already working on this straggler at the back, but should be able to get out just a handful of of archers and should be able to defend the position quite well. And now the Khan racing around. You can see it doing its 2 damage, just skating around the edge of the base here. Lucifron able to scout out exactly what's happening. 2 spears going to be sitting inside the first outpost, 2 spears sitting inside the second one. And now the villager, I mean, it's done everything that it wanted to do. At this point, the Mongol player very, very happy with himself. He has achieved his dreams of successfully denying the wood line, successfully denying the berries. But from here, it looks like he's going to continue moving up towards the north. You can see he's definitely going for a bit of a long run. And there is a bit of a blind spot up here. So whether he looks to outpost on the gold or whether he looks to come around and even outpost on the wood line again, I wouldn't be surprised. But you can see no villagers on gold at the moment is going to indicate that probably an outpost on that gold mine not going to be too effective. Now Lucifron does come in. You can see the villager just standing there idly by. Is going to drop down that outpost. Villagers actually moving out to the gold mine, so very good timing here for him. And now the archers managing to fend off that Khan, at the same time still unaware that there is an outpost coming up right above him. Now back in the base of Lucifron, we do have the age up coming through. He's also dropped down a stable, and Deerstone's well and truly on the way. You can see there are plenty of villagers tapping away at that, 8 villagers in total. And I love the way that Lucifron is harassing the wood line, drawing the archers down to this position. And you can see they're moving up towards the north here because they have discovered that there is a bit of a problem. And the archers going to make their way up there. But now it leaves this position open on the bottom side. So you can see that Lucifron just being very smart with his use of the Khan and denying, not necessarily denying, but distracting his enemy from that position. But now we begin to see the scouts are being made from Matiz. So Matiz does indeed know the counter to this strategy, and it's very curious to see that this is the way that he's looking to play it. So just going with mass scouts, and I think it's such a smart move. Town Center just going to keep training villagers. No need for more than the scouts that are out from the stable. But now you can see the Khan just firing off that attack speed arrow. Look at the damage that comes out from it. Not a whole lot, to be honest. It does get chased back by a couple of scouts, though. And at the same time, we've probably got arrow slits coming in through for Lucifron. We'll take a look and see what he's got. No arrow slits just yet, but was trying his best to secure this position. Villager going to be coming back in. You can see the spears looking to do work as well. Archers have been pulled back from this position as well, so we could look to secure this front. Double horsemen going to be making their way across the map with a second villager also coming out now, and it looks like that scout has had to fall back. Archer's going to try and work their way back up towards here, but this is the consequence of not being able to take down that outpost, as now the outpost gets up. We've now got arrow slits coming through on both of these outposts down to the south, outpost up towards the north. Everybody's going to garrison inside. Everybody's going to be happy, dandy, and arrow slits is going to be researched. And now, once again, you are stuck between a rock and a hard place because Lucifron has got 3 outposts on your base, denying you out, resources non-stop. Gold mine has been denied. Berries have been denied. Woodline has been denied. The only thing that remains are 17 villagers under the town center gathering sheep, which is probably going to last about 12 seconds if I'm being honest with you guys. Looks like a scout does actually go down there. The horseman going to be able to catch it. But now, once again, we see Lucifron just doing the most amazing work here with these outposts. So, going to be spotting this out. Now, professional scouts coming in. No way we have a professional. Oh my god, we have a professional scouts. I didn't even spot this. He goes for professional scouts instead of for horticulture, and now he's going to use... Oh my god, Delhi professional scouts. It's actually happening. It is actually happening. Ladies and gentlemen, just when you thought that the Mongols were going to be able to take control of this map, going to be able to take control of this game, Matiz comes out and he's like, well, actually, my friend, I have started making scouts from my stable, and I've also got professional scouts for free, and I'm going to be researching that. And that's exactly what he does, now bringing through horticulture and survival techniques also going to be coming through. Scouts need to get underneath that town center. You can see the villagers are idle, waiting for more and more of these carcasses to come on through, but not going to have too much more time to wait because they are now on the ground. I think we also do have herbal medicine has come out, but you can see he's trying his best not to be population blocked, but this is actually a very interesting tech coming out from Matiz. Normally you would see players go straight into horticulture as soon as they reach that that second age, but here we see him he's skipped it and goes straight for his preferred option, which is professional scouts. And typically what you would see in this position is that the scouts would then look to bust these outposts, and then the food source would be secured. But that's not even the case. He doesn't even need to do that because he's just got professional scouts. So obviously he can always move up towards this position, look to try and take out those. But now going to be looking to bust all of these outposts. Scouts going to be falling back. You can see how fast those spears are going to be running in underneath the town center. They've all got that movement speed buff from the Yam network. Also got that movement speed buff from the Khan as well. And at this point, Lucifron looking in very strong control. Finally going to be able to find this outpost again. Arrow Slit's probably going to... Yep, Arrow Slit's coming in straight away, looking to secure up another outpost towards the north of this wood line. He is completely locking him in. He is doing the full ring around the base of I was going to say battering rams of outposts. And you can see just the amazing control that's coming out now from Lucifron. He's just absolutely everywhere. Got to be careful in this position, though. He's probably going to be looking to dive inside that outpost, going to be able to provide a fair bit of damage, but at the same time, there's not enough units here at the moment for Lucifron. So even though he's got that nice control, look at the amount of units that have come out now for the Delhi. So Delhi's actually found its window. We're at 10 minutes at this point in time, and still Delhi is getting caught, I guess, a little bit behind, manages to clean up all of these units, but at the same time, Lucifron up to Castle Age very shortly. We're at 10:55 right now. He will probably be clicking up about 11 minutes and 20 seconds. That is the sort of speed we are looking at here. But interestingly, from Matiz, no blacksmiths at this stage, other than the one that's back here, but no double blacksmith. Normally, you see the double blacksmith coming out for a lot of these Delhi players, but it's not going to be the case today. Doing a great job here of kiting away with the spears, or rather with the archers against the spears. Manages to take out that outpost and now falls back. He has got a pretty decent victory here. So Matiz breaks out from this hold on Lucifron. Lucifron literally surrounded his entire base with outposts. He was completely outposted in. So for all you ladies and gentlemen and ambies watching at home, do not fret when the Mongols outpost your absolute every corner of your base. Just research professional scouts for free and you'll be fine. But villagers now going to be moving out, definitely intent on sieging down. You can see it looks like they're carrying... Oh, I think they're shepherds, that's why they've got that. I was like, it looks like a candy cane, but a wood version of the candy cane. Looks like they're going to bring out their berry baskets now and look to secure up the food that is out here. Plenty of food out here to grab as well. About 3,000 food, and now going to continue sieging up towards the north and slowly but steadily cleaning this up. But keep in mind, behind this, Lucifron going to Castle Age. Step out, about to come up for him and continuing to add more infrastructure. So at this point, we have a look at the infrastructure that he's got here. 3 barracks, a stable, and an archery range. So going to be looking to go into those men-at-arms, and you can see them coming through now. He's got 300 stone in the bank. Blacksmith coming through. You're going to see improved siege engineering coming through any second now. 3, 2, 1... There it is. 3, 2, 1. There it is. 3, 2, 1. There it is. 3, 2, 1. There it is. There it is. No, it's it's iron undermesh. Damn, I got so excited, man. I actually thought that was it, but it was not it. Sad Drongo. Sad Drongo. But now we can see that the men-at-arms going to make their way across the map, and this is the timing that Lucifron is looking for. So Lucifron probably going to be researching. You can see he's getting the iron undermesh. Got siege engineering improved in the queue at the moment, so he'll be pushing out to the enemy base, looking to build a mass of maybe 8 or 9 men-at-arms, build up a mangonel, and then really look to try and take control. But you can see just how much the Delhi mass is beginning to build. And one thing I'd love to point out to you guys, Delhi hasn't taken a sacred site yet. Not a single sacred site has been taken by the Delhi player, and yet still... They're not looking terrible. They're not looking terrible. Matt is looking quite formidable, quite strong. He's got plenty of hunts underneath the town center right now. Let's take a look and see. There's no way I can actually select the deer carcasses, but I suspect they are stacked up on top of each other. You see 3, but the reality is that there's probably about 8 of them all stacked up there. But now going to be heading up to the north. You can see he's got his hunting bow out, so going to be bringing back the remainder of these ones. And look at this, Lucifron's just still working tirelessly, relentlessly on these outposts. He is intent on getting these bad boys up. So very well played by him. The fact that he's denying these sacred sites, honestly, this is I mean, when you think about it from the perspective of Lucifron, he has done everything perfectly. He has dropped down his outposts. He didn't lose any villages. He got very good trades. Denied out a huge amount of resources, denies the wood line, denied the berries, denied the gold, denied the wood line again. He was denying out absolutely everything, prevented the sacred sites from being captured. Like, if you've got a list of things to do as the Mongols against Delhi, he has done every single one of them. But yet, still, we see Matiz able to keep his head not only above water, but he is swimming at this point in time. And he is like, he's looking incredible. I mean, he's now reached the castle age. And I really got to bet, like, this, to me, it all comes down to the fact he's gone professional scouts. So does this mean that we are starting to see will we see professional scouts on the Delhi? We've seen it before. We saw Salami do it on a King of the Hill game. Will we see it actually come out to be, you know, a standard meta thing for the Delhi? I wouldn't be surprised, because it looks like against this sort of early aggression, it's just so easy for them to do. They can get it for free. They don't really have to deal too much with the enemy. And now going to be able to clean up all of this. And at the same time, against early aggression, the scouts are just going to offer a great way to siege down positions like the outpost. And now moving out, a little bit dangerous considering he's got all this food underneath his town center. But the men-at-arms going to be coming out. As we mentioned before, you can see those numbers beginning to climb. He's got 8 men-at-arms going to be looking to focus down this position. You can see the scouts also bringing back their deer at this point in time. Villagers going to have to evacuate the area. Still not a lot of men-at-arms coming out, but at the same time, Scholar moving across the map. It looks like men-at-arms going to be holding down the first of the sacred sites, and now men-at-arms beginning to move in. Archer's got +1 damage, but at the same time, +1 ranged armor coming through for the men-at-arms. Attack speed arrow going to be coming off, and now the men-at-arms going to get focused down if he's not careful. You can see he's actually looking to try and focus down the Scholar at this point. It cannot heal itself, so he's going to need to pull more Scholars if he wants. He's got plenty more back here, but a lot of infrastructure there. Uvu gets depleted. Let's get that off the screen, and Matt is now going to be repelling his enemy. Look at the repel that's coming through here, so finds a very nice timing window. The men-at-arms just coming out. Looks like the sacred site up towards the north going to get captured. At the same time, we see the Shaman is moving across the map. So just when you thought Matiz was doing well, that it was in a good position, we now see the Shaman looking to come out onto the map and actually take control of the relics. So we'll see exactly. You can tell this is really interesting. So back in the Age of Empires 4 closed beta, buildings on the minimap used to be fucking huge. I'm not kidding you. They were freaking giant. This is how big they were. Every single building was this big. And for whatever reason, they forgot to change the monastery. All the other buildings are fine, but the monastery for the Mongols, it is absolutely huge when it moves around. Now, when it goes back to being a prayer tent, so when we watch the Shaman, because the Shaman will gather a relic, and then it will put it in the prayer tent. And when that happens, so watch, yeah, you can see it goes back to being a very small dot right here. And so it's interesting. It's just something that they missed. Springwood emplacements now coming through on the back of the wood line. Always fun to deal with. You can see how much damage it's doing, taking out those men-at-arms. These guys are going to take, I think, 3 shots to actually be killed. So if he can get a little bit of damage on there, it will change it down to 2 shots. But crossbow mass beginning to build for Matiz at this point. Still got a lot of infantry here. I love the way that he's playing it. The composition coming out from him is absolutely beautiful. And now relics being captured up in the north. Sacred site neutralized also in the north. And there is action all over this map right now. Men-at-arms running into the wood line, going to get taken out. Springwood emplacement, obviously a strong investment, but at the same time, just not enough. I mean, he's gotten his values worth out of it. Like, it's so important to remember that he has gotten his values worth. This is 175 resources, and he killed, like, what, 4 men-at-arms, 2 crossbows? Wallalo, back towards the base. It looks like it's going to get taken out. 2 mangonels also pushing in with Lucifron right now. Looks like that Wallalo, obviously unsuccessful. Villagers. He could have turned around. I don't know why he didn't turn around sooner. Going to be trying to get the shots off. You can see he actually did the forced ground, but Villager's going to be able to clean that up. Khan goes down. Matiz manages to take down both of those mangonels. Finds a beautiful opening there, and at the same time going to be able to repel his enemy on this front. A raid going down at the same time. Matiz just doing absolute work all over this map, and he is looking to take control of this game completely. Archers on the back line barely able to scratch their enemy. The men-at-arms going to be able to hold strong, steadfast, falling back towards the town center. We see crossbows finally coming in to back up the enemy, or back up Matiz and his forces on the front line. But now it looks like a scout going to be coming out and looking to deny these sacred sites, as we can see that the prayer tent is continuing to move across the map, doing its thing. But it looks like Matiz is going to be able to hold once again in this position. A quick stock take reveals Matiz is on 38 villagers versus the 51 for Lucifron. So Lucifron ahead on the villager count. And that is owed to the fact that these raids have been coming in. But at the same time, I mean, Delhi just got all the upgrades. If we take a look right now at a Gur or a Step Redoubt, you can see the upgrades that have yet to come through. So we've got horticulture that's come through, and we've got wheelbarrow that's come through. Everything else still sitting out there, whereas Delhi is currently getting their tier 2 upgrades. So it's important to remember that those villager counts, they might look imbalanced, but at the same time, Delhi, very, very strong villagers. Once again, Springwood emplacement going to be coming through here, and we can see that it's going to be getting some great value. Let's count it. I want to see. Oh, he's got... Oh, never mind. He counters it effectively with a single scholar. Look at that. Where's your value now, mate? Where is your value now? Absolutely out the window. I mean, he could just be focusing down the villagers if he wanted to. But yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now he's worked it out. So gets one villager there. Might get a second one. Nope, doesn't get the second one. Fires it at the men-at-arms. But now that mass continuing to build. Second mangonel going to be coming out once again. Prayer tent down towards the south. Where are all the other Where are all the other prayers? Where are all the other relics? I mean, at this point in time, 3 relics coming out right now for Mattias. He's managed to hold on. And this is kind of crazy because in this position, so many lesser players would have tapped out. I would have tapped out. Hazard would have tapped out. I was going to say somebody else. I'm not going to say somebody else because I am not an asshole. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But I'm sure you can imagine who I'm thinking about. But now it looks like Matt is going to be like really holding on, looking amazing at this point in time. I'm so impressed at the fact that he has been able to hold on in this game despite not having any of the sacred sites, despite being under constant threat. He's lost villagers. He's down a significant amount, yet still he keeps his head above the water. But the question is whether Lucifron's going to be able to push this to a shove. Because at this point in time, he has done everything that he needed to do to win this game. Through the fog of war, 4 villagers go down. That was a big shot from the mangonels. 3 mangoes coming out as well. Looks like the first springald going to be able to come out, focusing down the first mangonel. Still going to need a couple of shots more before it's able to take that one out. We could see a potential force march coming out, and indeed I think we might any second now. Is he going to be doing it? Doesn't pop off. Men-at-arms standing by idly. Mangonel's going to be turning around. Force march coming out. He pops them all off. You can see how fast he's firing. Or fast those legs are firing, rather. Looks like the defensive arrow going to be going up. First Mangonel gets taken out. Second Mangonel under threat. But at the same time, Mattias looks like he might have been overextended a little bit here. Going to be losing out his own springald. But all of the Mangonels have gone down. And now all that remains from Lucifron is just these melee units. You can see he's only got 5 men-at-arms that remain. But at the same time, the men-at-arms are going to have to fall back here from Mattias. Mattias now looking back towards his base. Another men-at-arms up towards this position. Just sitting idly by on this berry patch, waiting. And look at the men-at-arms that now come in from Mattias. He's going to be able to repel it. He's got 18 men-at-arms compared to his enemy who's only got 8. It is a huge difference that is now coming out from Mattias. He is actually looking to push back and look and hold this. And honestly, at this point, I'm seriously wondering, how the hell do you actually beat this? Because at the end of the day, it all just came down to the fact he was able to utilize that food income that he got from the professional scouts that enabled him to just stay alive. He kept his head above water. That is the real key thing. It prevented him from dying, and then he's able to utilize that and then propel that into an actual clearance of all of those springalds before the emplacements came through, all the big emplacements came through rather, because obviously the arrow slits came through. But now once again it looks like another outpost going to be coming down for the 15th time this game. Matt is actually going to be dropping an outpost down himself. He's going to be able to spot it. We'll probably move the men-at-arms out towards it. Now going to be looking to actually clear the sacred sites of his enemy. Still yet to spot this outpost in the north. This might be going down, or rather might be going up. But now going to be looking to clear this outpost in the middle. No springald emplacement. He does eventually spot it, but these villagers are going to be able to jump inside. It looks like the outpost is going to be completed. Springald emplacement will come through, and that's another point of attack. And now Lucifron going to have to fall back on this front. He's trying to defend. You can see the Mangonel going to be coming out, but Mangonel just not very effective against the men-at-arms. And now Delhi's reaching this point where they're coming online because Delhi's got 44 villagers. 73 out for Lucifron. He's dropped the second town center, but at the same time, I mean, I honestly don't even know who's winning this game. I feel like Delhi was winning this game, but now I don't know because I see the villager count and all of a sudden things are starting to look different. 2 sacred sites still remain at this point in time for Lucifron. He's got 1 relic in the bag. That's it. Emplacement going to be coming through. He's actually just going straight for arrow slits, not going to be going for the springald emplacement. Loses that one immediately, goes down. Men-at-arm mass really building up now. Mangonel's just firing off towards the outpost that's back here. But look at the unit numbers that are now coming out for Lucifron. A quick stock take reveals he's on 47. So he's up about 20 population at this point, but obviously Delhi got the upgrades, has got the relics. When it comes to the gold difference of generation, you're thinking about 450 versus 350 at this point in time. But now Mangonel's got to be careful. The springald's continuing to fire off. We're going to enter into that cinematic mode because right now we've got ourselves a bit of a battle unfolding. Mangonel's firing off and getting a great shot into the middle, hitting all of those crossbows. And now the springald's going to be moving up. They've got to be careful. Looks like they managed to take down the first Mangonel at the same time, holding on the back line. It looks like the crossbows are dishing out a whole bunch of damage. Mangonel remains alive. And now it almost feels like we're at a point where it could be a last stand that's unfolding because the men-at-arms are just firing fighting it off with each other at the same time as the crossbows on the back line looking to defend. But now the Mangonel going to be able to push through. There's no more Springalds. One more coming out from the base. He needs to look for emplacements potentially here, or even a villager pull towards this position, because you can see the health on that Mangonel is falling down drastically, and he is holding on for his dear life at this point in time. But at the same time, look at the charge coming through now. You gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. No, not like this. And now more reinforcements coming in for Lucifron. Lucifron adding that second TC at a perfect time. This is just absolute insanity. We're gonna head back into the normal view for you guys. But there you go. I mean, now the crossbow mass is sufficient enough to actually be able to one-shot these men-at-arms. They've got their +2 range here, but looks like they're going to be able to take that out now. At this point in time, I mean, Lucifron is looping around the enemy base. You can see more outposts coming down from him. He's sitting on 83 villages at this point in time, adding in more and more Springalds as well. When it comes to Matiz, he's sitting on 50 villages, 32 population. I think it might actually be GG here for Matiz. Just when you thought he was going to be able to push out, just when you thought he may have potentially won the game or swung the game, it wasn't enough. The raids in the base wasn't enough. The push out wasn't enough. Lucifron played it absolutely impeccably. And yeah, I mean, at this point in time, it's just absolutely so difficult for Lucifron to lose this. Matiz has just done such a great job. And now it looks like we might have a final fight beginning to unfold, because the Springalds... Interesting decision right there, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a tap out coming from Matiz. I'm suspecting he just saw the number of units that are here. You can see that there's the 3 Mangonels as well as all of these units here. And that is good game, ladies and gentlemen. Matiz has left the game, left the building. We'll take a quick look at the village accounts just to get a bit of an idea as to how Lucifron was doing. And honestly, this second town center makes all the difference, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an important aspect of the gameplay. But military count as well, you can see just struggling throughout the early game. Only in the end of the game does he ever get back on top. Well played over to Lucifron. Impeccable stuff from him. And by the same token, I gotta say, professional scouts on the deli, it looks pretty darn good. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.